Hi! This week we're talking about Boastful women, which is sort of ironic because I'm not feeling particularly boastful at the moment myself, but that's for kind of different reasons. Generally speaking, though, it seems as though women just aren't as comfortable with self-promotion or with boasting about their achievements as men are. Instead, we tend to downplay our achievements or apologise for our opinions and excuse ourselves for having these opinions, always trying to be modest and humble. We do this when we're talking to other people, and often we do this when we're thinking about ourselves. We say things like, oh no, it was nothing really, and it's probably silly, but, or sorry, I don't know if, I'm not sure about this, but maybe, and that's when we speak at all, because all too often women will just remain silent out of fear of saying the wrong thing or sounding silly, because we don't trust or feel any authority in our own opinions. But by excusing ourselves and apologising for our opinions, we're giving others license to ignore our opinions and just assume that we must be wrong too. Why should anyone else listen to us if we can't even convince ourselves? This is one of the main reasons, although there are a lot of other reasons, why women often don't reach the same senior positions in their careers as men do. Women are less likely to promote themselves or play up their achievements in performance reviews, often because we simply don't recognise our own achievements ourselves. We're less likely to ask for a raise or ask for a promotion, thinking that instead we'll wait until someone else thinks that we're worth it, rather than daring to suggest that we might be worth it ourselves. We're also less likely to apply for more senior positions if we think there's a chance we might be underqualified, whereas often for men they might be more inclined to think, well, they'll try and apply anyway and just see if they can blag it or see what happens. It's time women learn to be more boastful and more vocal about the things that they do that they are proud of and that they should be proud of, and we're more supportive of each other's achievements. So for this I have two solutions. The first one comes in the form of a short story. A few weeks ago I was at a weekend discussion event with Holly and a few other friends. After the morning discussion, all the women remained behind to have a separate, just women's only discussion. We identified that in the morning discussions we'd been forming this habit of excusing ourselves and apologising ourselves before putting forward an opinion, and so came up with a supportive thumbs up symbol to let each other know that in the rest of the discussions, the rest of that day and for the following day, in the mixed gender groups, that we didn't have to apologise for our opinions and that they were just as valid, and just to give each other a little supportive kind of, it's okay, you don't have to apologise. Not only did this help to create a more supportive environment generally for the rest of the weekend, certainly for all the women who were there, it also made it immediately obvious just how frequently we were performing this habit. The second solution becomes in the form of a list, because as I said, I've not, for reasons other than just general not being a boastful woman, I've not been feeling too great about myself recently. I'm not generally a very self-confident person, and my brain is not a brain that likes me very much and has a tendency to dwell on all the awful things that I've done that make me a terrible person, instead of ever thinking of anything that I've done that I should be proud of. And this is kind of detrimental to functioning as a person. So to try and combat this, I made a list of 5 things that I think I should, or that I am proud of, and I'm gonna put this on a wall, and hopefully this will remind me to maybe stop mentally beating myself up. So here's my list. So yeah, tell me 5 things that you're proud of that you would put on a list in the comments, and hopefully we can all get a bit better at being proud of our achievements and not apologising for them instead. Bye.